What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm reviewing the new Demon Slayer movie. You may have a question, how did I watch the movie? Well, I live in a country known as Australia, and surprisingly we now have the film showing in cinemas. So yeah, lucky me, I went and watched the film. I'll try and keep the review as spoiler free as possible. At least I won't spoil any major plot points or reveals during the film. Before I start, I want to go over some, beforehand stuff. I went in with the knowledge that the film did insanely good in Japan, so I automatically assumed it would be fire. I'm not a manga reader, so I have no clue about how good the adaptation was for this arc. I've only watched the first season of the anime and considered it to be good story-wise, and of course the insane animation. I wouldn't say the anime was the greatest thing ever, or that it's in my top 20 anime of all time, but I was excited to see the movie. Most of my hype was going towards how good I was hoping it would look, as I'm also a Fate fan who has watched the 3 Fate Heaven Seals movies, which is also done by Ufotable and look absolutely insane. And I was expecting them to outshine themselves during this film. Now, onto the review. The film transitioned very well from the first anime season, starting off right where the final episode ended, where the movie began. So I really enjoyed that, and it made it very easy to understand what was going on, as it showed them in front of the train right where season 1 left off, so you knew what was going on straight away. The main characters during the film included the 3 main boys, Nezuko, Fire Dude, and then the 2 main demons. There were a few other characters, but mostly these were the only characters of importance during the film. I'll go over quickly the order of how much shine they got throughout. So the 2 characters that got the least amount of shine were Zenitsu and Nezuko. They had a few cool moments throughout, but compared to all the other characters, they're definitely on the lower end. Then after that, it's mostly the 2 demons. They were somewhat present throughout the whole film, but didn't have the direct spotlight for very long throughout, in my opinion, so they're probably a little bit above Nezuko and Zenitsu. Then it's most likely Inosuke and Rengoku, the Fire Chad. I really enjoyed Boarhead getting so much shine during this film, as he is my current favorite character in the series, and all his moments are funny, Chadly, just everything about Boarhead is absolutely greatness during this film. I really enjoyed his appeal and how he got a lot more shine in this film than what he did in the first anime season, in my opinion, with that aspect being one of the most appealing parts of the movie for me. And of course, Tanjiro got the most shine throughout the film. He was quite a bit above Inosuke and Rengoku, in my opinion. As the protagonist, you expected that, but I did kind of expect a little bit more from Rengoku, but still, Tanjiro was by far the number 1 with the most shine. The first 70% of the film was okay, a few cool moments from every character, but did also have some boring parts and was far less engaging compared to the last 30%, which was, in my opinion, the best thing in Demon Slayer so far. The animation throughout was top tier greatness, as expected from the first season of Demon Slayer and the other movies from Ufotable, such as the Fate Heaven Seal movies and etc, stuff like that. Animation throughout was top tier greatness, and the animation for the final fight in the last 30% of the film was honestly next level, and it was by far the most engaging and appealing aspect of the whole film. As I mentioned, the first 70% had some cool moments, had some insanely looking fights and animation parts, but as a whole, the last 30% was a next level above the first, 70%. The OSTs and soundtracks throughout the film were pretty good. It's pretty comparable to the first season of the anime, with them having a few reused soundtracks that it didn't really affect me and I didn't really care about too much, but the new ones which were added to the film were pretty good, especially the ones during the fights, and especially the one near the final fight scene, which I'm most likely going to download once it gets released on YouTube or something like that. The story throughout the film wasn't the best, in my opinion. The first 70% was pretty much focused on a dream sequence for various characters while fighting the first major demon in the film. That part was definitely the most boring and lackluster part of the film, with the engagement factor being at an all-time low while watching. There were cool moments, and there was a cool fight near the end of that part, but as a whole, that part story-wise wasn't the best and I didn't care too much about. But after that, especially near the end with a lot of twists and stuff I really didn't expect to happen. It made the film pretty solid. Now onto my final thoughts and overall rating. If you love the first season of the anime, you'll definitely enjoy the film immensely. A better fight scene in episode 19 occurs near the end of the film, which was absolutely top tier. It has some very emotional moments which also, enhance the appeal of the overall film. If you're not that much of a fan like myself, it's still solid. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10 due to how insane the final fight scene was. But if I'm not including the last 30%, it's more like a 6 in my opinion. But the whole film as a whole, I'll give a 7 out of 10. Solid stuff.